What is going on with this goddamn wall? I mean, maybe it's not quite a goddamn, but there is definitely something strange going on with this huge wall of ice that acts as physical and magical barrier. So, a quick history for those who are unfamiliar with the wall in A Song of Ice and Fire or the TV show Game of Thrones. The wall is 100 leagues long and runs coast to coast across the north of Westeros, and it is known across the Seven Kingdoms as a place to send your prisoners. Want to empty out your dungeons? Send them to join the Night's Watch. It's seen as the cold, bleak edge of the world, and not really somewhere most people would care to venture to. We're told within the folklore that the wall is believed to be 8,000 years old and built by Brandon the Builder with the help of the giants and children of the forest, with magic woven into it. The wall is on average 700 feet tall, and at one point in history had 19 castles to guard along it. The modern belief is that the wall is there to protect the Seven Kingdoms from the wildlings. But those who believe the tales and have seen the horrors for themselves, maybe, we can be pretty sure that the wall is there to protect the Seven Kingdoms from the White Walkers, the wights, the frozen undead. At the start of the current story, only 3 castles are being manned at the wall, but we do get to spend an Airbnb at the Nightfort for a night. A lot of weird things happen at the wall, and I think we can almost see it as an imposing character itself rather than just a man-made construction. Sometimes it seemed to John almost a living thing with moods of its own. The colour of the ice was wont to change with every shift of the light. Now it was the deep blue of frozen rivers, now the dirty white of old snow. And when a cloud passed before the sun, it darkened to the pale grey of pitted stone. The wall stretched east to west, as far as the eye could see, so huge that it shrunk the timbered keeps and stone towers of the castle to insignificant. It was the end of the world. The wall does often seem to get anthropomorphized, such as when it's weeping and the sun hits it, or being able to defend itself by breaking bits off and splatting wildlings. I kind of wish I had more to say on that, like the wall maybe possessing the mind of its builders or the 79 sentinels. However, there is definitely proof that the wall has an effect on magic, and that's what we're going to look at today. When Queen Alysanne visited the wall in 58 AC, she flew there on her dragon Silverwing. It's said that the dragon hissed and snapped at every cold gust coming over the wall. And, I don't blame it. It's cold. It's miserable. But she tried to fly it past the wall 3 times, and it just flat out refused. It disobeyed her. This is a dragon that has accepted Alysanne as its rider for 10 years, has been from Old Town to the wall with her, but just flat out refuses to go any further. What makes Silverwing do that? Is it the cold? The bad vibes sensed from beyond the wall? Or is it the wall itself? The magic woven into the wall, creating a barrier that goes up even further into the skies? I do think that the cold would have some effects on the dragon's behaviour and attitude at the wall, but the fact that it disobeyed Alysanne 3 times, I think is something more than just the weather. At Castle Black, there's a passageway through the wall that the men of the Night's Watch use, and it's tunnelled through the ice and reinforced with wood and gates. And that is super basic compared to the fancy door they got down at the Nightfort. The Nightfort is kind of a creepy place nowadays. Bran and his companions stopped there on their way, thinking that they would need to carry Bran all the way up the ice stairs carved into the south side of the wall to try and get past. But they get a shortcut unlocked for them when they run into Samwell Tarly coming up through a well in the floor. Sam has just come from beyond the wall using the Black Gate. He takes Bran and crew down the well to a door made of weirwood, with a face carved into it that literally wakes up and asks, "Who are you?" When Sam recites part of the Night's Watch vows, the door opens and speaks again, saying, "Then pass." The lips of the face in the door open up until it's nothing but a great gaping mouth in a ring of wrinkle. Okay, this is pure magic. There is no other explanation. This is a form-bending, speaking gate. Oh yeah, and Cold Hands is not coming through the gate either. Melisandre also notes that her powers feel stronger at the wall. Maybe that's coincided with dragons re-entering the world, but maybe it is being in close proximity to the wall. Also, why haven't the White Walkers just attacked the wall already? They attack so close. In the first book, we see at the Godswood north of the wall signs of an obvious attack. The bodies are carried back to study south of the wall, and later they reanimate and attack Commander Mormont. This really gives off vampire vibes, as if there's magic that stops them from attacking and forcing entry south of the wall. It's kind of like they can't use brute force and they need to be invited. I do wonder to what degree the wall is being used as a physical object in their way and is actually stopping them. If they can reanimate the dead, what's stopping them from sending armies of undead wildlings at unmanned points of the wall? Perhaps they could take that huge chain from Season 7 and dangle it from the top so the leaders could climb up. I'm kidding, of course. But on a serious note, do you think the White Walkers will have to wait for the wall to fall and therefore the magic woven into it to be broken so that they can pass and invade further south? And lastly, if the wall falls, I don't know why, but I want ice dragons breaking out of it. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I just have a question. Is this a goddamn